Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's a new month. We've got a new Blindbox Comics in my hand. Now, Blindbox Comics is one of the numerous geeky services out there that delivers goods to your doorstep. Now, this one clearly has to do with comics, since comics is in the name. What a shock. Now, there's actually a pretty interesting service. It's kind of cool. You know, I've praised them multiple times because I really like it. And what they do is a little bit different. They've got basically two parts to their service. There is the comics themselves, which come in this nice handy little bag, and then they've got the variants. You can get one, you can get the other, you can get both. Obviously I get them both because that's my thing. And then with the variants, there's variants to the variants, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Instead, we're going to open up this bag of goods to talk about what is inside. Now, what's cool about Blindbox Comics is that they tend to get a lot of indie comics, stuff that's like not necessarily mainstream, that I think goes over really well, and is pretty solid like that. So you know, I have to give them a lot of props for that as far as what they have inside. That it isn't Marvel and DC constantly, or always Dark Horse or Image or something like that. They really mix it up from some of the larger publishers to smaller publishers. They're just big thumbs up in that department. So first, we've got comic Savage Things. This is Justin Jordan, out by Vertigo. I mean, it's kind of funny that the first comic that I pick up and talk about is one from Vertigo, when I was just saying, hey, they don't do like this huge, all these major publishers, they do more indie stuff. So this probably is about as big as this is getting. Yep, looks like it. So Savage Things #1, Justin Jordan, his Vertigo comic series. Basically, the story is a bunch of kids were kidnapped. They were brainwashed to become these killers, and now it's years later, they're adults, and they're out to go screw over the government that screwed them. So think of like a special ops team that has gone AWOL, but they were trained as little kids and kidnapped and brainwashed as little kids to become that special ops team. Really cool concept, solid first issue, great concept. You know, the first issue had some slight issues in that, you know, I don't feel like enough happened at that point, like throughout it, but it's really good. It's a really good start. It is, the best way to describe it is, it's like that kicker part of the movie before the actual like title pops up. That's this comic, and it's not necessarily a knock on it at all. It does it really, really well, and it's entertaining, and you know, a big thumbs up. Justin Jordan, I think, has got another solid comic coming out, and this is one to check out if you haven't. So, yay on that. All right, next we've got Rat Queens from Image. Curtis Wiebe is back with this new take on Rat Queens. This is Volume 2 of the series. Now, the series, when it first came out, was this huge feminist, like, awesome series with basically a D&D, somewhat off-the-rails story about these kick-ass female characters, straight up, you know, from fantasy. And it went over great. The artist wound up being a complete douche nozzle. It's Image, you know, it's a creator-owned series, so unfortunately the artist, I think, still has some stakes in it. So that's a little kind of up in the air with the second volume. But this is a new volume, a fresh take, new artist, same writer, same characters, like setting, all that stuff. So, you know, if you really enjoyed it, you should check it out. You know, I am still kind of torn as to how much I really want to get behind this series. I'm going to be completely honest with that one because of everything that's happened. But Curtis Wiebe is a really good writer, so, you know, maybe over time we'll be able to forget all the kind of negative shit that went around with the series. There's even more than that. But we're here to try to, you know, promote some comics and some cool comics. This is basically if you like fantasy, if you like Dungeons & Dragons, but with female leads instead, this is worth checking out. So, out in stores now. It's only been out for like a week or two. So, you know, it's a #1. You gotta like that. The Visitor, How and Why He Stayed. 5-issue miniseries having to do with kind of an interesting thing with the Hellboy series is Chris Roberson is the writer, as well as Mike Mignola. Paul Grist and Bill Crabtree have the art duties. So there is, in Hellboy, there was this like hint at these aliens that were watching Hellboy for some reason, and it was kind of just dropped. It wasn't really explored a whole lot. This 5-issue miniseries is about that. So there's like either they're aliens, time travelers, something. They wind up basically watching Hellboy throughout the years, and it's all about like how and why they're doing this. So the first issue is really, really interesting. It's solid. It kind of has this Watcher vibe in the Dark Horse, Hellboy universe. So that's actually kind of cool to it. While Hellboy, I think of like a Lovecraftian horror, this is definitely much more of a sci-fi bent to it. There's been other sci-fi aspects in Hellboy, but this one I think is really the most sci-fi that we've seen so far. It's a really great first issue. I liked it a lot. Actually, interviewed Roberson about the series, so you can go check that out at Graphic Policy. Liked it. Like I really, really like it. If you're into Hellboy, you should check it out. Even if you're not into Hellboy, I think it's intriguing enough of a first issue to want to go find out more. So it's definitely, it came out of nowhere. Like, it's a great use of using some obscure material to like really kind of spin out and expand a series. All right, Gabriel Hardman, The Belfry. I'll admit I haven't read this. This is another one from Image. So I'm just going to read what this is about. I mean, so when an airliner crashes in a remote jungle, everyone walks away unscathed, only to find you can't escape the lush, brutal world of Belfry. So from Logan storyboard artist and Hugo Award-nominated writer-artist Gabriel Hardman, Belfry is a self-contained one-shot that may strip you of your humanity. I haven't read this at all, but Gabriel Hardman is a fantastic writer. Invisible Republic is one of my favorite comic book series currently out. So if he's writing something, you should really check it out. This is one that was on my to-read list. Someone else reviewed it on the site, so I didn't get around to it personally, and so I need to. And now that I've got a physical copy, I've really got no excuse for that, so I should go do that. And when I was talking indie comics, this is really what I was talking about. So Smoketown from Scout Comics, Philip Kennedy Smith is the writer behind this. He did some a really cool series, couple really cool series that have come out from Boom. So this is his latest, Philip Kennedy Johnson. What did I say? Smith Johnson is the writer of this. It's a spin out of a story he did before. You don't need to know that at all. The series is very much a noir story. Wife winds up killing her. I don't want to give it away. Basically, abusive wife has to deal with her abusive, I think, husband, boyfriend, something like of that nature, and it's that. Really, really cool first issue. I like it. I love noir crime comics like that, so this is definitely one that I really enjoyed and had a lot of fun reading, and highly recommend it. And if you can find it on the shelves, good luck, because it's already sold out, according to Scout. So this is number one that's going to be very hard to find. Finally, we also got The Walking Dead, number 163, the 25-cent issue. Kind of a cool comic. I really, really dig it. Image is doing their 25th anniversary. They're celebrating in a whole bunch of ways. One way is Skybound is doing 25-cent issues. So really kind of neat way to go about it. It was a great introduction for new readers. I don't think it was quite new reader friendly enough to get them completely psyched and into The Walking Dead, so I thought there was a slight missed opportunity there. But at 750,000 copies sold, it definitely got to some folks to check out. So that is pretty interesting and kind of cool. And then the variants. Now with the variants, there are variants of the variants. So this is a variant for Tim Daniels' new book Fisher, by Ricardo Drummond. There's two covers. There's a color edition with 225 copies, a black and white edition of 100. So we're going to open up. We're going to show off what's inside to see what box we received, or what variant we received. And it is the color version. So there's only 225 of these out there, which is pretty damn cool. Fisher was a great first issue. I really liked it. It was basically exactly what it sounds like. There's this strange Fisher underneath that is leading you to some demonic thing that really has to deal with more of the split when it comes to immigration and race and stuff like that. Really nice use of sci-fi and horror to discuss real world issues. So solid first issue with that. The big news is that this is the 17th and final blind box. They are shutting down and ending their service. So that's a huge bummer. It's been a really cool service. We've been there since the beginning. And unfortunately, this is going to be the final blind box. Not because we're not supporting it anymore. It's because they're shutting down, unfortunately. So a big wah-wah when it comes to this service as a whole. There's a whole bunch of other ones out there. We're already exploring what else we can start showing you of a similar nature. Some slight different stuff. But overall, it's been a great run. I think Blindbox Comics has been doing a wonderful thing. Hopefully someone else kind of takes up the flag at some point and decides to pick it up and maybe give a similar service, because I've really enjoyed it. I think they've done a great job of introducing a lot of indie comics that you would not normally see out there, which is fantastic. And they've done a great mix of indie and large publishers, and their variant program was creative, new, different. So, therefore, pretty damn awesome. So, unfortunately, there will be no more Blindbox Comics. I'm bummed. Very, very bummed. But it is what it is. You know, you can't win them all. So, thank you, Blindbox Comics, for 17 awesome boxes over a year's worth of entertainment. C'est la vie. So, if you are watching this video, you're probably into comic books, so you should go check us out at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on Tumblr, we're on Facebook, all at Graphic Policy. Nice and consistent, making it really easy to find. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and keep reading those comics. Keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.